we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Upon arriving in the very impressive Porto Montenegro marina, it was clear from the outset that our little Galeen was probably the oldest and perhaps smallest boat to be moored there. We were fortunate that she lay right alongside our buddy boat, Mad 2, who we would be sailing with this season. So that was really handy for us to go back into during the couple of weeks we were there. First order of business was to do a few jobs, but not only that, we also wanted to take some time to get to know the crew of Mad 2, who we would be travelling with this season. And so what better way to do that than all hop into a car and take a road trip, which was planned for the next day. Have to mention this really gorgeous catamaran owned by our friends Chris and Jane from the UK. Excited for our first road trip. Galeen and Mad 2 and crew. Inaugural road trip. Lots more to come this summer. Pete, are you in the naughty boys chair? Pete, are you in the naughty boys chair?
The biggest guy.
Might be a Christmas dinner.
For our grand buddies day out, we chose a few places that were highly recommended by the local guidebooks. These are unexpected though.
It's all tiles. Isn't it amazing? So many bits of tile.
Mosaic, isn't it? Uh-oh, somebody's got a head on a plate.
Really? Oh, in a basket.
Looks like his own head.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No. Now that's the picture that's the original. Wow. Photo shoot stop on this amazing road, the Serpentine Road, which goes from Tivat to Kotor.
And that's the bay we're going to on Sunday. We're going to sail into that bay.
I'll take some pictures. Wow, that is quite something. Oh, so that is going to be really neat, sailing into that. And then we're going to anchor for a few days.
Yeah, up here.
Well, there's trails there, you can see there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
There was a trail that went over to the other side, right?
Yeah, that's what we were looking for. Now you can see the trail at the top.
Well, we finally got to Montenegro and we've teamed up our two boats, which are Mad 2 and Galeen. And we were beyond thrilled to find out that there was actually going to be some extra crew on Mad. So we have Lenny, who is also known as
Helen,
but we call her Lenny. So with Lenny and Mike, who are travelling on Mad as crew for the next, I think, 4 months, 4 or 5 months until mid-September.
Yeah.
And I think you're not new to sailing, Lenny, are you? So I'd like to hear a little bit about how you got into sailing and what you like about sailing. Or the cruising life, I should say.
The
not
cruising
so much
life.
the sailing.
yeah, more like the cruising life.
Yeah.
Well, we had a boat over in Australia called Nika, and that's where we met Jackie and Noel, sailing down to Sydney. And we had Nika for about 3 years, more or less. And Mike has sailed lots lots. So he sort of got me into it, and I'm sort of just like the deckhand and just doing the fenders and
That's a very important role, I'm finding out, especially in the Med.
the anchor. That's right, but that's pretty much me. He does the rest, and and that's how we met these guys, and just loving it over here. Just so lucky to be here. Every day I just go, yay! I'm so happy to be here.
I hear that you guys have bought yourself a boat in the Med.
Yes.
That's big news.
Yes. So we'll be back next year.
Woohoo! Tell us a bit about the boat. Like, what kind of boat is it, and what do you like about it? How did it happen?
It's a Bavaria. This will be our third Bavaria, so we love Bavarias. And she's a 41.5, I think, is she? 41.5 Bavaria, 2018. Don't know anything other than that. Oh, Roxani.
Not Roxanne.
yeah, we've broken into song many a time about Roxanne. So we're excited to get on board with her, and then it'll be the 3 buddy boats cruising around the Med.
Very cool. Are we officially a fleet with 3 boats? Like, how many boats does it take
to be a fleet? Yeah. Well, if it's not, we're a start of a fleet.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, so that will be good. That would be really good, and looking forward to that.
Yeah. So we're heading all the way up.
Up that hill. That's where we're gonna go.
Up that hill.
And that's the mausoleum thing there.
You gotta pay to get in.
If we have to pay to get in.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh dear.
If we do, we're not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Let's see what he has to say.
I thought we said we wasn't going to.
I know, but Jackie and Noel came down and said it was well worth the price of admission.
Which was what?
€5 each.
Yeah.
Not including the €2 we had to pay for the guy that was randomly stopping cars for €2 per person, and not including the euro it costs to use the toilet. Got my money's worth on that one though.
These stairs are going off into the clouds. We're just going to drop off the edge of the earth when we step on top. But oh no, there's more. Holy smokes. Hey, I reckon walking down 461 steps is going to be way easier than walking up. Nobody around. The hills are alive with the sound of music. It's particularly good when I go la 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 out of tune. We are looking forward to a sailing season with you this year as buddy boats, but I just want to talk a little bit about how you both got into sailing. So and you know, kind of what you enjoy about it, what you don't, and then we'll talk a little bit about having a buddy boat. I think a serious buddy boat for maybe the first time, I'm not sure, but
Can I talk first?
yes,
Okay, because
absolutely.
mine is going to be really short.
Okay.
So sailing for me was kind of this thing in the back of my mind about, oh, wouldn't it be nice to go and do that? It wasn't a concrete, you know, I'm going to go out and I'm going to learn how to sail and I'm going to do this. I did take some lessons in Vancouver and did do the little thing that you guys did, took the boat out, all that kind of stuff, docking, you know, put the sails up. Turns out Jackie moves to Australia and it becomes a phone call. Hey, do you want to go sailing? And it was like, yeah, sure, okay. What does that mean? You know? And then it turns into look for a boat, figure out what kind of boat, all that learning process about what boats are, and how to go about, you know, tying lines and mooring the boat and, you know, setting the sail and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it was this whole past 5 years, I guess, or something, whatever it's been. I can't remember. It's been pretty much every day a learning experience about how to go about doing this. And, you know, it goes on, you know. Every day there's something new.
What don't you like about it?
Oh, what don't I like about it?
And come on, be honest.
Being able to push a button to flush a toilet.
Yes, I can concur.
No,
Okay,
pretty
we can-
much. I
we
mean,
can fix
really,
that.
really. I mean, there's nothing about it that I really don't like. I don't like when you get caught out in bad weather. You know, it puts that kind of anxious feeling about it. Other than that, you know, I mean, really, there's, you know, it's a pretty decent lifestyle.
Well, you're one of the most chilled people I've ever met. I'm surprised we're not rescuing you overboard right now because you've fallen backwards overboard because you're so laid back. And that's a really nice.
Wait a minute, I'm fairly competent. I can do things.
Laid
Competence
back,
has
isn't-
nothing to do
No,
with being
yeah,
laid back and
laid back.
chilled. And you bring a real calming effect to anyone around you, actually. So if nobody's
Well,
told
that's
you
a
that,
good thing, I
you
guess.
should
I don't
know
know.
that. Actually, you've told me that before, Jackie.
Sure, he calms me
Yes,
down.
he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now we've got you for all of us. You're a team player.
Yeah, okay, gather in, guys. You know, group hug, calm hug.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, the buddy boating thing.
Yes. And I'm
This
like,
is new,
yeah.
right? New for us because last year we spent the whole time on our own, except for, you know, my sister coming on board for a few weeks, and had a great time with that, you know, going through Greece and stuff. But having the buddy boat thing, you know, it's kind of interesting because you see, okay, you know, Galeen, you know, mad here, you know, we're heading out, and you know, all that's pretty nice, you know, to have other people around. You know, we got you guys, we got Mike and Helen, you know, hanging around with us for this, you know, this time that we're going to be here, and yeah, it's been nice. It's distraction, you know, and it's not just the two of us; it's other people around. Gives us distraction, and
So the only downside is more clothes have stayed on this year so far.
more clothes have stayed on.
Get a room.
That's
Get
right.
a room.
Yeah,
Thank you, Noel, for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate that.
my pleasure.
Mike, I'm coming to you because you are in your domain. We got an owie. Do I need plaster? Do you need
No,
first
that's
aid?
alright. No, I think I just grazed the end of it.
You know, Pete's practically a doctor if you need him. He used to take x-rays.
Thanks. Very short. Already.
No, you've got your own story, and you know things will unfold along the way. But I just wanted to kind of introduce you, Mike, as I have done Lenny, because you're going to be part of our story now. And so popping up here and there, and we're going to be doing some stuff together, travelling around, eating your food. You're going to be eating our food. We're kind of like one big, I hope, one big happy family. But for you, kind of, although you're getting used to living in a small space with 4 people in a small space, right? So
That's an interesting question. How am I getting used to that now?
What's that? I didn't get the question.
we're just talking about how Roxana is the smallest boat they've ever owned.
Yeah.
But but they're going from that to a 40, well, from 41 foot, I think it is, 41.5.
Yeah.
But you've been sharing this space, 47 feet, for a while now.
Ow! Ow! Stop it!
And this is how it works out. Daily fights.
Right.
Did you touch his leg again?
Scuffles in the
No, I
kitchen.
bent him over.
Oh no.
Oh!
I do mark these videos not for kids, so you're all right. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, I quite like this filming gag after all.
Sushi too.
Jackie.
Me. He says I come with lots of experience. But it was a family upbringing. It's not that I chose it. Dad was merchant navy, corporate guy, decided that he'd had enough, and we'd always had a boat growing up. So when I was about 15 or 16, I think they decided to pack it all in and go sailing. And they circumnavigated a couple of times and spent about 12 years on a boat, of which I was part of for 2 to 3 years. And obviously growing up, so that's where I got my sailing experience from, but always the skipper on board. We just learnt how to sail by being told what to do, to the point where he didn't even have to open his mouth. Everybody just knew what to do on the boat, so it was kind of inbred. I've always said to Pete and Deb is I'm a terrible teacher, because a lot of things just come back to me, and it's not that I think them, they're more natural. So when I felt like I was in a similar position, I guess, in the corporate world and working for somebody else for so long, and knew that I didn't want to do it anymore, so I decided that I was going to follow in his footsteps and quit the job, bought the boat after being an at-home mum, raising 3 kids, not sailing for probably 30 odd years. And just kind of let it all come back. So it was fun buying my first boat. Noel was a big part of the checklist of what we wanted, what we didn't want. We found Mad in Australia. She was a Bavaria 45 cruiser, pretty kitted out, with everything that we wanted to do, ocean crossing, and that was our goal. That's what we were going to do. We were going to just go sailing. So we sailed Australia for about 2.5 years, and then COVID hit, and Noel went home, and I stayed in Australia because it suddenly became a communist country and I couldn't get out. Noel couldn't get in, and I sold Mad in Australia. Bought this boat sight unseen in Leros, Greece last year in July, and we met in Athens and continued our travels through Greece and wintered in Montenegro. And there's absolutely nothing I don't like about this life. It's laid back. I see something new every day. If you're had enough in one place, you go to the next. You have to be flexible. You're subject always to the weather. It changes so often that you're constantly looking at anchorages, winds, where you want to go, how you're going to get there in the next few days. Is the wind going to cooperate? The buddy boating thing, I mean, we've buddy boated before. That's how we met Mike and Helen in Australia, and a couple of others. None that really stand out, because what's nice about sailing is you meet people and then you move on and you meet more people. So that's exciting too, because it's always nice to learn new stuff from other people. We don't know everything, and I tell you, one of the biggest things that Noel and I learnt in Australia is that how dependent we are on internet. And when you don't have internet, you put your cell phone in a waterproof bag and you haul it up the mast to get internet.
That
you know,
works.
like we learned that. There's lots of things that we still learn every day. And as Noel's famous words is everyone's an expert. Everybody has a different way of doing things, but as long as it's safe, considers all the variables and options, it normally works out.
So
Yeah, everybody-
anything you're kind of like, you have body boated before, but you know, you kind of have us now who are inexperienced sailors tagging along, and we're doing daily exchanges, hourly exchanges on weather, anchorages, routes, where to get some coriander in town, like you name it. We're kind of sharing information. It feels like it's all one way. It feels like there's not much coming back the other way.
But it's going to change. It will change eventually.
That changes, for sure.
And we're flexible. Like,
Yeah.
we've followed Nika, and then we've gone our own, way and hooked up. Not even planned, because everybody tends to go to the best anchorages as per the weather, right? So everybody kind of just meets up. My struggle having other people on board and buddy boating is the information passing, right? Things change, and you look at the weather and go, okay, I'm going to do that. No, I'm going to do that. Who did I tell? Did I tell the right people? And it's changed again. So sorry, that plan that I had informed you has now gone out the window, and this is what we're doing. Sometimes it's a case of, just sticking out some bad wind. Sometimes it's a case of there's not much going on, let's move on. But happy to follow the lead of Glean when they get to that comfort stage. But at the moment we'll go into an anchorage, and we found ourselves this year tying to shore more often, just to give Ghislaine a little bit of room to throw the pick out and move around 360 without worrying about bumping into us. So, but that's been good for us too, because we did that very little last year.
And that was a great learning thing,
so
to be able to do all that.
Well, we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Yeah,
it is all good.
Well, we're definitely enjoying it, and I hope anyone who is watching that's thinking of having a buddy boat can team up with somebody as patient and flexible and knowledgeable as you guys. Join us next week as we continue to explore this stunning country of Montenegro. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
Hey, how's it going, kid?
Yeah, good. I'm just editing our first YouTube episode.
Oh, wow.
I just thought it would be good for family and friends to follow us along. I used to do a photography blog before for years, and thought I'd just, instead of writing, do videos. I think it'll be faster. I think it'll be fun. I think I need something to kind of focus on now that I'm no longer working, that challenges my brain just as much as sailing does. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I know at least probably a dozen people will enjoy following us along, our friends and family, so I don't know, put it out there and let's see.
Okay.